So today I was shocked, but maybe I shouldn't have been shocked when I loaded Twitter and I saw a tweet abusing a man who just died. So a man by the name of Lars Vilks just died. He had been under police protection since 2007 for drawing the Prophet Muhammad as a dog. 14 years later, he got into a traffic accident and died. First, I saw this horrible tweet by Daniel Hakikaju where he mockingly wrote, "Hey Lars, I think you may have misunderstood the meaning of drive-through." As abusive and nasty as this is, I wasn't surprised by Daniel's comments here. He had made similar jokes about killing gays before. Why is this so bad? Because he's dehumanizing this man. He's mocking and belittling his death as if it means nothing. You see, this is the first step on the path of evil. First, they dehumanize you. Then they can kill you. Because if you are labeled as less than human, it becomes easy to take your life. So this is already horrible. But the focus of this video is not Daniel, but someone else. A popular YouTuber who goes by the name Smile to Jannah.
Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah.
Smile to Jannah.
And his real name is Zishan Ali. A guy that comes across as friendly, jovial, and you would think is a good person. This tweet of his made me upset enough that I needed to respond to it. Smile to Jannah wrote, "He drew the Prophet as a dog, but died a worse death than a dog's, crushed like a bug, while under police protection. If protection is not written for you, no army/police in the world can save you." There's so many things wrong with this, I don't know where to start, but let's get into it. This is your friendly ex-Muslim. Today, I'm not going to be very friendly because I'm quite upset at this. But if you like this content, consider subscribing. First of all, Lars lived 14 full years after making this drawing. So Allah took his sweet time to get rid of him, didn't he? Seems like he wasn't in a rush. Almost as if this was really an accident. And if it wasn't a terrorist attack, because Muslims have been trying to get him for a long time, then you really still want to attribute this to Allah? Seems kind of dumb. Second of all, and much more importantly, let's flip the narrative and ask Zishan, what about the hundreds or even thousands of Muslims that die each year from traffic accidents? Are they dying deaths worse than dogs? Would you dare dehumanize them like this? If anyone dared to speak about Muslims like this, wouldn't you call out Islamophobia?
Oh, welcome to the step-by-step guide on how to be an Islamophobe.
And we shouldn't speak about Muslims or anybody else like this. This is the worst part of your religion. It gives people like you the ability to treat others like this simply because they said something that pissed you off. Who cares what he drew? Did he send a copy to your mother or father? Yes, you have the right to be upset or offended or whatever. But does this mean you can dehumanize and belittle his death? It's pretty damn obvious that this ideology makes an enemy out of those who go against it. Dehumanizing is just the first step. It gets worse than that. What do you think happens to people like me? People like this in Muslim communities? They would not exist. People like me would not exist, and even outspoken Muslims who don't toe the party line, like Terence Nunes, who I spoke to today, would probably be dead. We can't respect ideologies that belittle humanity like this. We need to fight them however we can. We need to show people that the fruits of this system are rotten. Do you really think this is a good religion if it teaches people to behave and speak like this? If the man was rotten, then God is going to deal with him, and he is the least of your concerns. But to stomp on him after he died shows a cruelty and sadism. We are all the same when we die, and it shows that your loyalty is not to humanity, but to a system that partitions believers and disbelievers into categories. For fuck's sake, Zishan, at least you could consider, what if people shit on someone from your community like this when someone from your community dies? Ahmed Didat, for example, was a fierce opponent of Christianity. He used to attack the symbols of the religion and call it false. When Ahmed Didat suffered and died, do you think it would be right for Christians to abuse him? because he attacked the religion and attacked the God and called it false. So if someone abuses your prophet by drawing a picture and saying this is Muhammad, surely you can understand that that is his imagination and not really the prophet. But the fact is, your prophet was the reason why you're behaving this way. He was actually a bad example to humanity. A man who killed those who opposed him, including poets. So of course you would think there's nothing wrong with attacking Lars. You can't physically attack him, so you mock his death. Crushed like a bug, you say. A death worse than a dog, you said. I hope all the Muslims who died in car accidents call you out for this stupidity. Your peace to you, salam alaikum, only applies to Muslims and those who comply with your religion. If you think it's okay to make jokes about murdering people like based truck driver, then don't wonder when we speak against it. Thank you to my family. My supporters will continue to support my work. You can join me below by clicking on the link to Patreon to make sure that we continue to speak against this system, this ideologically supremacist system. The link is below. This is your friendly ex-Muslim Abdullah Samir signing out.